Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another incredible edible Subpixel stream. I should probably come up with a new generic stream opening phrase. What do you think, Will?
I think it's perfect in every way.
You know what?
Just like you.
I think I agree with you. Not perfect is my stream setup. Let me adjust it slightly. Turns out when you open a spreadsheet on a monitor, just fucking white light everywhere. So I literally just turned my main light off. It's just monitor light, but it works. We're gonna do something a little crazy today. Will, look, can I be completely honest with you?
You have never been before.
I can tell that you have basically no enthusiasm for this stream, and I need to know, is it because you don't like the idea or because you don't understand the idea?
You know, I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't like you. So
That's honestly, that's fair. That's fair. So
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay. So let me do this. Let's switch over. Whole premise of the stream comes from a tweet that was popular this past week, and it's somebody posting their review of The Flash on Letterboxd, but they have provided a system. The person who posted the review has been blurred out, but this is from Zeke KBC on Twitter. And basically, they have a total review score, but they review it based on the following categories: first 10 minutes, ending, director, cast, which I don't know what their formula is, but they just say cast 83 out of 13 equals 6.4 plus 2.0 equals 8.4. And then they say
That's solid.
That's solid. Screenplay, cinematography, special effects, animation, production design, musical score / songs, costuming, makeup, props. And then that somehow rounds up to a 7.4.4 out of 10. Sorry, I didn't realize. I can't tell. This system's so bonkers, I can't tell if the 7.4.4 is a typo or if that's part of the system. And I realized this is almost perfect. And we should do the exact same thing for video games. So today, live, we're going to be coming up with this spreadsheet of the Subpixel rating system, and then we're going to start reviewing video games. I'm pretty excited about this. So here's what I think. I don't think we're necessarily going to finish this today, but I think it's a good start. I think we're just going to start talking about criteria that a game should be judged based on, and then variable, that's just a cheat for the calculation, but what's the scale? You know, is it a 1 to 5, a 1 to 10, a 1 to 100? And then a rough idea of weight. You know, should this be 5% of the score? Should this be 10%? I think the scale and weight we can figure out later if we're not sure, but we should definitely start talking about criteria, right? So let's dive into it. Will, what criteria do you think we should judge a game based on?
Publisher.
Ooh, publisher. How do we... So you think, okay, let me put it this way. I need to add a notes column here. So I'm thinking of this as this is the goodwill rating of the publisher.
Well, so my thought, you can either do this for publisher or developer, but this might make more sense for the developer, but the weight and scale of it is dependent on how many games they've previously developed.
Oh, so, okay, all right. So there's... Okay, I think there's 3 categories here. Let's start with experience, which is developer has previously made video games.
Yeah.
And factor in score of those games. So it's the average Metacritic of their previous games. Okay, all right.
And if it's a brand new studio, and that is I don't want to say that's a negative attribute, but that can either negatively or positively impact a game. But if it's a studio's first game,
50.
It's just nothing.
It's right down the middle. Like, we still have to have a number in there, so it's just a 50.
Yeah.
So new studio is 50. Okay, all right. But there's 2 things you mentioned here that I think we should mention, which is a goodwill rating of the publisher and a goodwill rating of the developer. So, for example, the game looks like a banger, but it's from EA. So you have to take into account, yeah, the game could be incredible day one, but EA is probably going to fuck it up at some point. So it's some sort of indication of we don't trust the publisher with this game.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a notepad so I can write down ideas and not just say them all at the same time.
Okay, and then I think it's the same thing for the developer, right? So, for example, Gaijin Games, who makes War Thunder, etc. They make fantastic games, but they just fuck up the grind over time. By the way, I can hear myself from you.
I was literally just pressing my earmuff to the microphone, so that's probably why.
Okay, so this is goodwill rating of the developer, positive, negative. I think we need to get some normal stuff in here too, such as story. But I think we should break that down even more.
Yeah, story should be like setup.
Okay. This leads into a joke I have pre-prepared. It's a joke, but it's genuine. I think we need to have a category for graphics. But I think the thing about graphics, people don't understand what we mean when we say graphics, right? So we're not asking, are the graphics of the game good? What they don't realize is that graphics is an acronym. You're actually judging the game based on 8 different characteristics of graphics, such as, is it gorgeous? Is it realistic? Is it artistic? Is it photorealistic? I think we need to do the same thing with story, where we break story down into 5 different components of the story, such as setup.
First, you need a period after the S.
Okay, fair point.
Secondly, we can do this now. I was going to work on this while we add more categories, but
well, let me do this. Category, and then I'm going to do story. I'm gonna kill this. We'll do story first, and so it's setup. And it's TORY.
Well, R is resolution for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Is
Y the...
Yeah, you can leave it up.
Do
I want to eat something? Sorry. Yeah, yes. Thank you.
So quiet.
She's whispering and I can't hear her.
It's funny because I can hear her.
Yeah, because it picks her up. What? Yeah.
Do you want pizza?
Yeah.
Are you streaming or just?
We're streaming and having fun.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right now?
No, we're just hanging out and streaming.
We're just hanging out in a spreadsheet.
She's so confused. She thought we were in a meeting. No, it's a stream.
That's fair.
I mean, the R in graphics is also resolution.
Oh, that's true. For the Y under story, I think it should be the yes factor, as in how excited are you about the story?
Say that. Like coming out of it, you're like yes, or yes, that was great.
Okay, sorry. Let me keep spelling this out. You got any other? I think P was photorealistic.
Karen's excited. She bought Madeline.
Ooh. Let us know how they are, because we've had trouble with finding. There's only one brand in Canada that we like. All the other ones we haven't liked.
Oh. Fought realistic. Love it.
It's fair. So each of these would be on a scale of 1 to 10.
T for story should be themes.
Yeah, I like that.
And then O would be, I want to say origins, but I don't think that's very good. I think we need something better. Ooh, 1 to 11, 1 to 12. Yeah, as we go down the list, they get more and more weighted.
I think this is gorgeous.
Yeah. Because that factors in art style.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. Artistic's different. But yes, gorgeous, yeah. Oh man, I had all these remembered.
You said them earlier. Just grab the clip.
No, that was when I was taking a shower. Gorgeous resolution.
Wait, didn't you say them like 5 minutes ago?
I said one or two of them.
I
didn't say all of them. Anyways, let's sit on it for a bit and let's come back to some other ones. I think something very popular nowadays is the audience rating. And so I want to do something with a game is only good if a lot of people like it. So we need to factor in both the critic score and the audience score. And so I think we need a criteria of critical love, and the description is basically a Metacritic score of the game. I think we need audience love or gamers love. We can rename these, but the idea is this is the Metacritic audience score of the game. And then I want to do something about the difference between these two. So if they're vastly different, how do we factor that into the score?
I would say it's gamer minus critic.
Well, let me do this. This is the I think there's going to be a reception delta. So whether it's 2080 or 8020, that's a delta of 60. But then how does that factor into the final score? And part of me wants to say it's the reviewer's choice on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Or maybe that's a formula with these two.
Yeah. Maybe they're like times each other and then divided by.
That's what I'm thinking.
10.
So this is the reception category.
I was also thinking the release date should be a score.
The release date.
Like you add those numbers up together.
Well, no, but my only qualms with this in this very real system is that it's just adding the numbers, but I think we should assign each day of the week a ranking.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's like a Friday game, 10 out of 10. If it's like a Tuesday game, it's like a 2 out of 10. Okay.
That's pretty good.
So this is a release date. And then we could do the same thing with months.
Yeah. Yeah. And then year we don't have to worry about.
Well, this system's incredible already. So this is release day. I'll do starts with Mondays, we all know that.
Whoa, it just did that automatically. That was so cool.
Release month, and this is January.
Keep going.
Okay, real quick. So this is the difference between critic and audience score factored against above. We'll figure that out later. There's some sort of
graphics. H should be HUD.
Oh, HUD UI. Yeah.
Yeah.
UI. Is S. So
what's the that word? Style?
Yeah, I think you're right. Because Gorgeous's visual style is more feel.
Yeah. Because you can have high style and not be gorgeous.
100%. You know what? I just need to do this whole fucking row.
Lucky.
Okay, let's spend a little bit of time over here on these release days. Right. So, the idea here is that you get a score. We ranking of which day of the week is best to release on, and we're gonna do that here for whatever. So, the best day of the week to release on, I think, is Friday, right?
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Or
Sorry,
7 out of 7.
That's what I'm stuck on, is how do I say this? Okay, wait.
Well, what's 100 divided by 7?
Here, I'll just add details up here. So it is, points for each day, maximum of 7. Final score is out of 7. So, i.e., let's just say Wednesday, 3 points, 3 out of 7, which equals 3 divided by 7 is 42.8 points. Make sense?
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. That's all we do here. Okay, so
Yeah.
Friday, 7. And then, does it go back a day or go forward a day?
Well, I would say 7. Saturday's a 6.
You're thinking 6 here?
Sunday's a 5.
I would go 5. I would rather have the game come out Thursday than Sunday.
Really? Okay.
That's what I would say.
Monday's definitely the 1.
Yeah. And then 2,
I
3?
would rather have a Tuesday than a Wednesday. Comes out on Tuesday, we can stream it that night. That's my only thought.
Yeah, you get more coverage for the week. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go.
Perfect.
Wow. So easy. Why aren't more people? I'll give you permission. Take this back to GameSpot.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to look up GameSpot's old thing with like the tilt and all that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there needs to be, that's why down here, my original idea was whatever this delta is, the reviewer then gets to decide if that's positive or negative based on whether they think the game's good or not. So I think there should be some category where there is a number that gets decided, but then the reviewer gets to say, is this a positive or a negative?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go down to release month
like
here. Sorry, let me bump this back up.
Yeah, it's disturbing me.
Okay. I'm leaning towards November, honestly. Because you got a lot of holidays.
I'm trying to think.
Which means usually time to play.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me...
This is the same as the days of the week, right?
Yeah.
Just with 12.
Yeah. So let me... what's this real quick? So it's a 2... So i.e., what did I say for Tuesday?
No,
equals
you're
3
editing
points.
the wrong one.
No, I'm adjusting this example so it makes sense. Now this one is which month? Points for each month. Maximum of 12. Final score is out of 12. No, it's ratio out of 100. So i.e., I'll just put June's 3 points, 3 out of 12, which is 25 points.
Whoa.
All right, let me adjust this. Okay. The best month. Leaning towards November because you've got lots of holidays, which you could be busy, but it's also plenty of time off work, like federal time off of work.
Yeah.
Because the thing about December is, if it comes out in December, you missed the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, I think it's this. I think it's...
No. I think December's pretty low.
Really? Because I'm just thinking of how much time I have to play games over the holidays.
Yeah, see, that's not the way I'm thinking. I'm just thinking about the time of year I would like to play a video game.
Well, but we're assuming you're going to play a video game all year long.
Yeah, that's true. It's just like January and February are like 1 and 2.
Really?
But then March, I would say, is like a 10.
Let me, if I may, throw some shade at you real quick. How much of this is based on your experience of games always come out in March, games never come out in January, February? So you're looking at this subconsciously as these are bad months for video games because people don't typically release in them, as opposed to,
yeah,
is it a good month for gaming? For me to play
I think it's more fun to play video games in March than it is January, February. I can
agree with January because you don't want new games. You have all your games from November, December. You've got all your gift games. You don't need a new game in January because your backlog, right? So honestly, I think I'm okay with 1, 2 for January, February because those are backlog months, right?
Yeah.
March, I think you're right. March is pretty solid. So I'm just going to put 10 here and we'll go with it. Okay. March, you've got games that came out, and then I think I'm just going to do something here. I'm going to say every other month is better than the previous month. I mean, not better.
I would say,
but like,
yeah.
Games came out in March. You need time to play them. Now you come here. Now you come here. Now you come here. Or is that weird?
I was thinking we could base it off the number of letters.
No, that's too arbitrary. Well, let me put it this way.
April's a 4. Just I know that.
I think
June
should be higher. Maybe it should be this.
Yeah, I think June should be yeah.
All right,
August,
so we're missing 653.
August is a 6 for sure.
I think this is a 3.
September,
because it's right before the holidays. You don't want games coming out here. You got stuff coming.
I think September. So yeah, September 5.
All right, so
see, I think September 11 for sure. I just think September is a better month to. I mean, it is my birthday month. I'm not really factoring that in. I just think September makes me think fall, freshness. Kids are going back to school.
It's also you're waiting on the holiday season, so you don't have games to play yet. But that means you need something to play. So it's a great time to put games out.
Yeah, that's why I think September should be higher.
Higher than what would the new number be? You're thinking like what if we swap these two?
I'm thinking like a. Oh wait, which two? 7.
Sorry, I did some bad math.
I just December at an 11 is just because I'm thinking of a game releasing in December. Like obviously playing a game in December is 11 or 12, but a game releasing in December I think is gross and disgusting.
Oh, okay. So then what would you swap it out with?
I would put December at 4.
Ow.
April at 7. I would still put September at 11. I think September, and that is not a September 11th joke. We can make it 10 to not have that joke on here. You can swap March and September, but I just think September is much higher.
Here's my pushback on December. I think December's too low because if a game comes out right before the holidays, it's really easy to get people to just give that to you as your gift. For example, Smash Brothers Ultimate came out at the beginning of December. I said I'm not going to buy it. It's on my wish list. Pretty sure Maggie's going to get it for me. Boom, she got it for me. It's almost like a built-in good chance of that game being free for you if it comes out in December.
So maybe make December 8, June 6, and August 4.
Okay, so that means bad time of the year, great time, okay time, great time, okay time, a little bit worse, great time. Yeah, because you're busy in the summer. You got stuff going on in the summer.
Yeah, you got stuff to do.
October, the September's better than October, November, December.
Yeah.
Look,
I think October is too low, but
I think
I
October
don't know
is
how to shuffle it.
October is filled with horror games.
Sports games.
Horror games and sports games. And that's
Yeah.
no bueno. So no thank you. It's just a bad month, period. I think this looks great. We're on a roll already. It's incredible.
This is the Subpixel ranking list 2.0. People are going to be so mad.
Well, I was thinking if we like this so much, then we could start doing it on local chat where somebody brings a game in and they have already filled out the form, but they don't know what the final score is. So we can say, okay, give us your breakdown real quick. And then we plug it in. We say the final score is a 42.
Well, yeah, because you could turn all of these into entry points that aren't weird. And then when we tell them the final score, they're like, wait, what's your rubric?
Yeah.
And then we show them this.
No, that's the thing is we just say, okay, tell us when it came out. Tell us, what do you think of these categories 1 through 10? Like, they don't know how weird
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, this is perfect. This is
very
beautiful. Because this is, I think the funniest thing about this, just to go behind the curtains a little bit, is the reviewer can't change anything about this. These numbers are baked into the system. So, for example, when did Zelda come out? May? It came out on a Friday. So it's pretty high up there.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Oh, never mind. I was like, oh, that's just a 9.7.
Yeah, whereas I believe this is Dead Space, isn't it?
See, that's why part of my brain already wants, like, the scale. The way I operate, like, my scale, I just want to convert it to out of 10 already. Like, I know
Yeah, we'll do that at the end.
we're not doing that,
It's
but
going to end up being it at the end.
I understand that.
Okay,
Mustache here.
let me just change this. The 3 out of 10 was October, so... Okay, all right. But let's go back to basic categories that we think we're missing. Sorry, real quick, I gotta text wrap this. Okay, we have story, graphics. I think we need a gameplay category down here. Which again,
Should we type gameplay out?
I think we should. It's such a good system.
It really is. So stupid. Can the P be player count?
Yes.
Single player games, just a 1 out of 10.
Yes. I mean, we
And
can
it's always out of 10. So even if it's like
Yeah.
BattleBit Remastered is 254 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Well, no, I think a 10 out of 10 is an MMO or Planet Side.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just have a yes here again?
Yeah, of course. Wait, does story have a... Yeah, story has a yes. Yeah.
Oh, no, I just need to merge it.
Gravity?
Mechanics.
I think gameplay. Mechanics, yeah.
Something about feel. Something about good feel.
Ergonomics. Good feel. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Fuck.
Economics.
but economics makes sense.
Oh, we need to... How much a game costs. That needs to be
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes. It's
Price.
it's the price to how long to beat factor.
Yeah, $1 1 hour.
So it's a value.
Value.
And it's price to...
And we use howlongtobeat.com.
Yeah. How long to beat it.com.
Yeah, look at that.
Sorry, we said economics and then we said good feel.
Good. No, because good feel already is subscribing a number to it. So, grooviness.
I think that's hard.
Gravitas. Gameplay.
Let's table it a little bit. Let's go back up here. We got story for O. What if we just put like something like organization? Like, does it make sense? That's kind of resolution, but it's also like...
Yeah, that organization makes me think of like a good like quest log, like that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, which isn't really story. Maybe it's like opinion.
Yeah. Oh, opinion on the story. Yeah. That's not bad, because
Wait,
it
is
could be a good story.
But is that the reviewer's opinion, or is that the opinion of the story? Like JFK Reloaded, 10 out of 10. He deserved it.
Deserved it. It's such a opinion. Wait, onion. Are there layers to the story? Like an onion.
Yes, so it's like complexity. I love that. Okay. Hey, can we just take a pause real quick? Do you now understand why I wanted to do this?
No, so my problem was you had said like, oh, just for fun and not use it. Like my whole thing is like, we have to use this from now on until we come up with another system.
And I
think that's where the joy is.
Yeah, and I think that's on local chat. For each episode, each person is tasked with providing each of these. They give it to us beforehand, and then we tell them the final score. Graphics.
I wanted to say image quality, but I don't think that's already resolution.
But we could change,
unless we want to change the R to something else.
Yeah.
Ray tracing.
No, and well, let me do this. We could change this to realistic. We could change the P to something else, and we could go to image quality here.
Well, yeah. Well, no, we already have photorealistic.
Well, no, but I'm saying we change.
Unless
the
we
P.
change photorealistic to pixel count, polygon count.
No. Well, let's go more towards the subjective side.
Playfulness.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go towards the subjective side of graphics. You know, does it work for you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put cutscenes down here.
What was the thing David had said? Oh, cutscenes pretty good. He had said when an art style doesn't work for you, but it's still like chibi. Chibi.
Oh. So it's literally like art style, but we have artistic. Maybe we should change artistic to art style.
Yeah. Art style. And then style, put a couple Y's in that so we know it's like style.
Oh, but then is style chibi?
No. Style's like this game's got style. Like it nails the things it's going for. Yeah. Like I would say Yakuza 0 has style, but it doesn't have an art style.
Yeah. I could see that. Okay. So, we've got gorgeous. Let me do this. I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put this as a secondary. And I killed.
Yeah, the only reason I like resolution is because resolution's a number, and we can just plug that in.
Fuck, that's perfect. So let me do that. So then P is photorealistic.
Photorealism?
Yeah, photorealism. Okay, so graphics is gorgeous. Only thing is this is like an adjective, but we'll get it. Gorgeous, resolution, art style, photorealism, HUD UI, image quality, cutscenes, and style. Do we change art style to aesthetics? I think it's the same thing. It just makes it
aesthetics.
It just makes it a little bit less confusing. Okay, that's graphics.
I think gorgeous needs to change. I don't. Gorgeous is too.
It's an adjective. It's binary.
Oh, thank you, Karen. No, I'm good. Oh, actually, yes, I do want those. Thank you. Can the GN graphics just be graphics?
Yes. Yes.
Just the overall graphics of the game.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for it, because I'm gonna turn this whole fucking thing into a Google form. So when the next guest on local chat, we're gonna be like, hey, you need to pick a game that you want to review and fill out this form about it. And then it's gonna get dumped into a spreadsheet. It's gonna, and they're gonna be going through this being like, why do I have to put the release date in here? What the fuck is going on? Anyways, gameplay. Can I make the G guns? So if a game doesn't have guns, it's a 0 out of 10.
Yes. It doesn't have guns.
Description. Does the game have guns, and how good are they?
Sorry, Oblivion.
Sorry. Mechanics, economics, player count, Yes.
Yeah. Economics would be the economy in the game. So like,
Yeah.
is
Currency.
it like 15 different currencies, all that sort of stuff? Player count, laziness for L. Like,
Ooh.
oh no,
For like difficulty, or let's do accessibility here.
this could be something later. But what's the podcast factor of a game?
Oh, like the do you want to talk about it with people?
Like laziness to me is like, do I need a guide for this game or can I just play it?
So I think that goes into accessibility / difficulty. I'll change this to
Yeah, I think you're right.
because each of these we're going to need a little bit of an explanation anyways when people fill it out. I do like the idea of something about, do you want to talk about this game? Is this game so exciting for you that you can't stop talking about it? 2 seconds, folks. I'm going to check stream audio real quick. Let's just see. That's
Sorry,
me
I'm
talking.
just eating quick.
Okay, we're good. Do you think we should have music in the background? It's too late now. Fuck it. Keep going. Okay. I do think we need something for... I need to look up a word real quick. L is loquacious.
What's loquacious mean again?
I wasn't sure if I was remembering it correctly, but fine loquacious. Tending to talk a great deal. Talkative.
You just got so dark.
I know. Love the screen. Very difficult to work with on streams. There's the difference. I'm looking at a spreadsheet and I'm looking at Google.
Wow.
A loquacious. That's what L is. How much do you want to talk about the game? How much? No, it's how excited are you to talk about the game? Can I want to go on a slight tangent here. So for example, when we send them the form that they have to fill out to review a game, do we ask them for their loquacious rating, or do we just ask them this question and they don't know it factors in this way? I think it's just the question. Yeah. Scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to talk about the game? Okay, so A is...
I think...
Can I jump ahead? I think I have a good one.
Oh, no, that's fine, but I just had one issue.
Mm-hmm.
I like economics, but I feel like E should be enemies. So we have, like...
Oh, how does the actual...
I only thought it because A, I was going to do ads, like the ad enemies.
You want something like combat, but there's not a C in gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, let's think about that for a bit. A...
Okay.
I'm starting to not like this idea. I haven't even said it yet. But I think A could be awful. As in, there's always bad things about a game. How bad are they? I think that's too complicated. That's too complicated.
How bad are they?
What if I just change this to adversaries? Boom. There's the enemy.
Oh. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So it's like AI
That makes way more sense.
/ enjoyable enemies, etc. Okay. The value section is the MSRP and the how long to beat, and we factor those two together because we do hours of gameplay per dollar. So, i.e., you have a 100-hour game costs $25 equals 4 hours per dollar. But then how do we... I'll worry about getting that to a formula later.
I mean, yeah, a lot of those are going to be negative, probably.
Well, no, they won't be negative. They'll be
So-
tiny. So, for example, 25-hour game costs $100 would be 0.25.
Yeah.
there's part of me, I don't think we can do this, but there's part of me that is like, this is the most important thing, so it's just a multiplier. So you take the whole fucking score and you multiply it by the value.
I like that.
No,
Case of the Golden Idol coming out on top.
I think it would just be like 1-to-1. Whereas like Persona 5 would be like a 2x multiplier. And then something like Gone Home would be like it would be like a 0.1 multiplier. Anyways, okay, so that's value. Let's see. I want to make sure we're hitting at least the. I'm going to call this category the background, as in it's the publisher, it's the developer, it's the experience. Story, graphics, reception, release day, release month, gameplay, value.
Oh. Microtransactions?
Have those in.
But that can go into like.
What about grind?
Yeah, that can work.
We just have a category called grind, and we break it out again.
I've always online written down, and I meant that more of like.
Oh. Like, what we should have a category. Also, we should have a category called like gotchas or something, where it's like these are all negative things, and it's a yes no. If you have this in this game, you take a point penalty. Period. If you're always online, penalty. If you're microtransaction, penalty. So let me add a penalties.
I was also thinking, is the whole game on the disc? Like, yes. Can I play this game without an online connection from disc to credits?
Yeah, so let me do empty physical version. Or no, let me put useless physical version. We have unnecessary always online. If it's an MMO, it's okay. If it's a single player, it doesn't need to be always online. We should have gameplay microtransactions.
Yeah. So like cosmetics and stuff is fine, but yeah,
that's fine.
Gameplay.
Yeah. We have NFT or crypto. This is such a great fucking idea. Okay. We can keep thinking. God, this is amazing.
Excuse me.
Okay. On story. I was thinking maybe
sound, audio, AUDIO.
Or sound, because then we can do score.
Yeah, sounds better.
Real quick. I think we should have a section called multiplayer, and it only applies to games that have multiplayer. If they have multiplayer, then you also have this criteria that applies to them.
Okay, so MULTIPLA.
It's we keep doing it, but it works so well. Like, people don't understand graphics is just this. That's all they have to think about when they think about graphics. Okay, all right. Sound.
I'm gonna Google musical terms.
I'm putting in dimension.
Then, I was gonna say dynamics.
Oh yeah, dynamics is better. User generated. As in, how good are the sound? How good are the sound effects? Score is how good is the music. User generated is how good is the sound effects. Dynamics is like how. What would you put as dynamics? Like how.
Like the range of it. Like it can do the good soft stuff and it can do the big bombastic stuff.
Yeah. Range of the music. No, yeah, range of the music. Soft, intense, etc. Instance.
Can N be nepotism? And I mean that in the fact that like you just love a game's whole audio genre. Let's just give it a bonus.
No, I was gonna say it has somebody famous doing it.
Oh, that's even better.
Somebody famous worked on it. Score is how good is the music. User generated is how good are the SFX. And O is
orgasm.
I was gonna say orgasmic, like how well does it hit in intense moments?
Yeah.
Like something like Katamari Damacy, great score. It's not really orgasmic. It doesn't have those moments like the opening of Elden Ring where it's just like, bah. You know what I mean? I think that's it for sound, right? Want to take a look at it and see if that
I was
makes
gonna
sense
say
to you?
overture or opus, like if it's a series, but I think orgasmic works.
Yeah. How good are the musical? Well, let me put it this, like, how good are the musical hits / pairing between gameplay and music? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are they the dichotomy?
Music. Okay. So that's sound. Multiplayer. Man, I kind of like the idea of penalties where we're putting down things that are objectively good and it's just a yes no, does your game include this? So it'd be like server browser. So that's pretty particular to FPS. Yeah, maybe we should just do the letters.
I was saying I don't think you have to do all of multiplayer, maybe just multi.
No, that's cheating.
Okay, so multiplayer. P is player count.
Does that mean we should come back up here to where was player count?
Well, that's the player count in the single player.
Oh, that's
It's always one.
maybe this is really like how much control does the player have? So like player
Pliability?
choice. Oh yeah, pliability. Cool. And
like then, GTA has high pliability.
Yeah. And
other games don't. Yep, loquacious again. Player count. Loquacious.
It matters.
It does. Yes. That's staying.
I think one of these needs to be something about emergent gameplay. So like crazy moments.
So, what's umami for you? That's like a crazy moment, like crazy flavor.
Is that what umami is? I thought umami was just like a like generic flavor that just white people don't have a lot of.
Well, umami is like the like wow factor, isn't it?
What is umami?
If only I knew a chef who could explain umami to me.
It's the meaty, savory deliciousness that deepens flavor. So it's like meaty, savory.
Yeah, so does it the multiplayer have depth to it?
Okay. I like that. I like that. Umami. Does the MP have depth? Okay. There should be something in here for is the community toxic or not? One of these needs to talk about
toxicity.
There we go. Boom. How toxic is the community? Let me do multiplayer now, but community.
R should be rage factor. Like how mad do you get at this game?
Yeah. How?
Oh man! How mad do you get? Sorry.
I just realized we're up to 68 different, not criteria, because like the release day is broken down a bit, but we're definitely past like 50 things to judge a game on.
No, we're not at 68. I'm sorry.
Emergent. E is emergent.
Yeah, emergent gameplay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end up changing this to, or adding a column for like, what is the survey question?
Yeah, that's smart. What's the word for like easy
Leveling.
to get into?
Ooh, I don't know, but I'm gonna put leveling here.
Like accessibility almost. If only there was an A in multiplayer.
Accessibility. How welcoming is it to newcomers?
Yeah. And that's different than the toxicity, I think.
Yeah. Leveling. Does the game have a satisfying... Does the multiplayer have a satisfying leveling curve?
Yeah. And that's a good way of putting it, because there can be games that don't necessarily have conventional leveling, but can still have a satisfying, like, ramp up.
Yeah.
You know, KD.
I is infrastructure. Does it fucking work?
Yeah. Perfect. I think M should be multiplayer. Does it have multiplayer?
Well, I was gonna say all the categories apply to all games except for this one. If it does not have any multiplayer at all, so like what's the one, Jedi Survivor? There's no multiplayer at all. But if it even has like campaign co-op, it's in this fucking category.
Yeah.
L is for the way it looks to me.
What's something else good? Local? Like, can you do local multiplayer?
That's fucking good. I think we've accidentally made a good rating system.
Yeah, accidentally. None of this is an accident. This is divine.
Oh, player count and yes. Yeah. Oh, we just have M.
M.
Mom. Would you play it with your mom?
Is your mom alive?
I think.
Sorry. Would you play it with your mom?
Yeah, the idea is like the best games are ones that you want to share with people and you can share with people, especially people like, for example, hosting Christmas here. And niece and nephew playing on the Xbox, they somehow booted up Gang Beasts, and the whole family was just screaming about this game because they're like, oh, grab them, throw them, including my mom. So I think this is the mom factor. Would you play this game with your family?
Next year, you got to do genital jousting at the... Would you play with your mom?
Well, let me put this. Would this be a good game to play with family? Family and friends.
Right?
Okay. Are there any major categories we think we're missing? Or what I was thinking we could do at some point today is pick one or two games and judge them against this system
go through it
and just see how it feels.
The other thing I was thinking was settings or options.
Oh, those settings.
Or like controls or like accessibility controls.
Well, I think.
But we have accessibility and we have setup. That's story.
I think we should have a section for. Does this contain world building? Is that setup?
Yeah.
That's setup. World building. Okay. Yeah. But you're talking about like literal, like the engine of the game. Does it work or not? Yeah. Bugs.
Well, so
quality.
Yeah, but where does like under gameplay, do we have a spot for like dungeons or like level 1, level 2?
One second. Oh, fuck, you can still hear me. My cork's not working. I gotta so.
Ugh.
Fuck you. You couldn't hear that. Anyways.
I could.
I could feel it. Sorry, what was your question?
Like leveling, like a level 1, level 2. Like, is that in gameplay?
Bit of accessibility. Have mechanics.
Like good dungeon design, good level design, good like
Ooh, so maybe
character.
we just need a
like,
design category.
design. Yeah, DESIGN.
Yeah. And then this is dungeon/boss fights. Dungeons/boss fights.
/ dragons.
ESI.
Oh, something incredible Alundra 2 did today. I saved a dragon, and now it's like you can just fly anywhere on the map. And I was like,
oh, that's cool.
Thank you.
I think we need a section called peer review.
Yeah.
And it's, look, we have this up here called reception, which is the critical love and the gamers love. This is an aggregate. I think for peer review, we need to call out maybe 4 or 5 top critics. So what did GameSpot give it? What did IGN give it? Kotaku, Polygon, and maybe that's it. Maybe PC Gamer or Nintendo Life, or it's like better.
Never mind.
You good? Okay.
I was gonna say I made the mistake of looking up what GameSpot gave Alundra 2. It was
6
a 4 out of 10.
What? The game looks so cool.
And all of their complaints were like what I love about it. They're like, oh, it's so janky because it was early 3D, and it's not as good as the first one. And I was like, good thing I played this one first. But also, that 4 out of 10 screams to me like they hadn't figured out. Like, I think that's a 7 out of 10 today.
Yeah.
Like a 4 out of 10 back then is a 7 out of 10.
Gotcha.
But I just thought it was funny. Something has to be like level, like flow. So I was thinking ergonomics, but I don't know if that necessarily makes sense. But like the flow of a level or environments.
Environment. It's environments. Yeah. There we go.
Figured it out.
This is setting.
No, setting would be story.
But I think setting is like, it's a really cool Wild West setting, whereas setup is like, what's the backstory of the world? Yeah. World building /
setting should be separate from story, because you can have a story in any setting.
Yes,
it's whether or not it works. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally right.
Nine dungeons boss fights. I think we call this the grind, as in the normal encounters. We've got boss fights, but what are the normal encounters?
Yeah.
Is N naming
nationality? What country is it from?
Then we rank all 192. I think it's like 206. Anyways, I was thinking
number bones.
Thinking names. More story. I was thinking like how good are the names, etc. Yeah, what about I is interactivity?
Interactive. And where's should D be difficulty?
I thought we had difficulty up. Accessibility difficulty.
Oh, we do. That's gameplay. You're right.
I'm thinking design is, we have pliability. I think it's the same thing. Never mind. I was going to say like player choice, etc., but that's pliability.
The problem is gameplay and design are very intertwined.
I think the problem is that we have to find 6 things for design. Because of our self-imposed system.
Image in interest.
Ooh.
Like your interest in the world, I guess, sort of thing. Like Last of Us is fun to walk around and see all the advertisements or like the broken down
so
shops.
This is how interesting is the side content.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or like the levels you're in, like.
Yeah.
And then N is the
what about normalcy? But it's an opposite scale.
Oh, you're gonna say normalcy.
So the more normal it is, the less cool it is.
Wow. Yeah.
So more
literally on the tip of my tongue.
Normal equals less points. Okay. We've got the peer review section. I think there's more crazy stuff So when we talk about games,
I was just gonna say the separate from this, Game Pass, the Game Pass factor.
yes,
Like that should be in the value though. Like add a category. Like, did you have to pay for this?
or
Like how would that work? Like there's a lot of games that if they weren't on Game Pass, I don't think I would have paid for them if
let's
I
do
had
this.
to play them after I knew what they were, you know.
Let's say the MSRP, if it's available on a streaming service day one, it's not the MSRP of the game, it's the monthly cost of that service. So for example, Starfield is not $70, it's $15. Because that's the cheapest price you would have to pay to get it day
also,
one.
The MSRP is what the reviewer paid.
No, I'm thinking this is day one, what did it cost? So for example, Alundra 2 would not be $0. It would be $50 because that's when it came out. So let me put this down as this is the MSRP is if day one on streaming service, MSRP is cheapest monthly cost.
Yeah, I like that.
So I think that takes into account. I think honestly, we started as a joke. We got pretty serious with it. I think we need to go back towards not necessarily the joke angle, but we need to talk about the things that never end up in normal reviews, but that do factor into things.
So podcasting, I think, is the podcast factor.
Yeah, we had that loquacious, as in how much do you want to talk about the game? What about
No. Podcast is like, can I listen to what other things can I do while playing the game?
Okay, so let me do this. We have this penalty section, which are things that are immediately awful. I think we should have a positive section, which are things that are immediately good.
Immediately make it great.
Yeah. So positives. Podcast factor.
It's like Factorio like.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that, because that was one of the other things I thought about the other day, was that you should just get a bonus for being a Factorio like. And I forgot that I had thought about that. Can you play the game?
We should do Factorio like, RimWorld like, and what other game are we all obsessed with? Lego like, and then for Kyle do like Fire Emblem, I guess, for Kyle.
We'll have to ask him. I think it's Factorio like. I think it's Lego like. I think it's Dwarf Fortress like.
Yeah.
And then let's just.
I don't want to say Bond like Kyle like.
It's Kyle like. Would Kyle like this game?
I feel like Kyle likes everything, so it's hard to pinpoint.
But that's okay, because there's going to be games that are none of these, but they at least get a little bit of Kyle love.
Would Kyle like this game? It's such a great factor. It's so stupid.
Oh no! Oh shit!
Oh shoot!
Okay, I'm coming up with a bunch of ideas real quick. I'm just gonna throw them down here. Number one is Roblox. Something about, would this be better as a Roblox game, or how many copies of this game are there going to be on Roblox?
I like that. Sorry, I spilled a little bit of my seltzer.
Shit, you fucking disgusting human being. How popular will Roblox clones of this game be? Okay. I'm just gonna start a category called miscellaneous.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
Let's talk about other positives down here, though. What are things that immediately make a game better than it really should be?
Does it have a train in it?
It's too subjective.
What immediately makes a game better?
Just tangential to here. Well, this kind of rolls into it. I kind of wanted to rank it based on which system it's on. But maybe we could roll it into this and say a positive is it multi-platform?
Availability?
Yeah. Well,
sort of. Well,
let's do multi-platform, and multi-platform means how many consoles is it on? How many systems is it on? did it release on? And it has to be day one.
You know, the category for the developer and publisher should be pedigree.
That's good. How many dogs are in it? We should have that down here as positives. Can you pet the dog?
Can you pet the dog? Yeah, that's perfect.
Any other like things that 60 FPS? Does it run at 60 FPS or higher?
Yeah.
And
character creator. It's almost what I was thinking.
Well, like I don't want a character creator in Zelda though. So I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that's a universal.
I was trying to be like,
Save
are they
system.
Inclusive? Yeah, save system.
Autosave.
Autosave. I was gonna say like inclusivity, like, but also
Older games or
I would say inclusivity where it matters. You know, like if it's a Zelda game, obviously you don't need all representation. But if it's a game where you are the character, but we don't have to put that down.
I think that's too confusing. Mouthy. But I do think we should put a racism, sexism under pedigree.
Yeah, for sure.
Has the developer or publisher done anything sketchy?
Yeah. That's great.
Well, it's really
all
just
David
the dev,
Cage
right?
games are immediately.
Has the developer done anything questionable? We can reword that, but okay.
Yeah, because it should be like current developer.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if Germany made a game today, obviously we wouldn't put Hitler's crimes against them.
I'm tempted to put, I think Roblox goes under a positive. If your game inspires a shitload of Roblox clones, that's always a positive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm tempted to let's run through this system. Can we do a test run?
Yeah. What game you want to do?
Let's start with
the wiki page for it.
Start with Mass Effect 2, honestly.
Oh, can we do something recent that we both played?
Oh, okay. Something from last year?
Yeah. We can do like Inscription.
Well, I don't want something that's too good.
Let's do BattleBit Remastered. Can we do that?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Think we got enough of that?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so let me do I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to call this rename this as a test. And I'm going to come up here. I don't think I need a variable, actually, now that I think about it. Let me just do score. I'm going to change this to rename. This is going to be ugly, but we're just throwing it together. I need to come in and clean this sheet up a lot before we actually start using it, but okay. -10 to +10 for that. Fucked me.
The FAQ on the official website says, "Is this Roblox?" And it just says no.
Okay, let's just put all the scores in based on our systems, and then we'll go from there. Okay, publisher. Who's the publisher?
Publisher is Sergeant Okie Dokie. It is just a person.
It's just a person. Have they done anything else before?
Only BattleBit Remastered.
Okay. I think they did a good job leading up to this game in terms of promoting it, marketing it. Like there was a big buzz for this game before it even came out, but they don't have a big pedigree. So on a scale of -10 to +10, I'm going to give them a 4. Does that sound okay?
I like that.
Developer. Goodwill rating of the
there's
developer.
3 guys.
Yeah.
It's just 3 names again.
And it's just BattleBit.
And I'm checking all of them right now. Yes, all BattleBit.
Okay. I honestly...
And this is just on Steam, so they might have done other things. But
I'm leaning towards a 10 because pre-release they did alphas, they did betas, They did a lot of dev stuff. They've been very communicative. So for a studio that's brand new, they're doing everything right so far. But they haven't released any games before, so maybe I'll put it out at a 5. Okay. Racism, sexism.
They haven't overtly done anything bad, and they haven't done anything good. But
So
I
0.
don't want to reward complacency.
Well,
Or no, I want to reward.
wait. But they're not complacent, and I'll give you an example. Every time you join the game, and every time you join a multiplayer game, they make you sign a thing that says, I will not be racist in this game. That's pretty big.
And they banned like 100,000 people yesterday or 2 days ago in the middle of a match.
I was in a match yesterday and 20 people got banned in it for cheating.
Yeah.
But it literally just popped up on the side, 20 people gone, and everybody in the chat was like, what just happened?
So this is a plus 10, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's not good racism, sexism. It's
Well,
bad.
Yeah. I'm hesitant to give them a 10 because I think they could do a lot more, like have a pride flag, pride month.
I would give them like
creator.
a 7, 8.
Yeah, let's go 7. Okay. Experience. I think it's a flat 0.
Yeah, it's a flat 0.
Yeah, okay. We'll come back later and figure out what this weight is. Story. World building backstory of the world.
I mean,
It's generic normal, so it's a 1.
yeah, these are all.
Themes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no story or anything. So they should all be 1s, theoretically. Right? Or is if it's a multiplayer only game, we don't include story. If it's a story only game, we don't include multiplayer.
That's right. Okay, so multiplayer only games, but not MMOs, are excluded from story. So basically, like multiplayer match only games are excluded from story. So Final Fantasy 14, that has a story. This game does not. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me do this. Okay. Graphics. I mean, I do like the look of it. It's a deliberate potato look, but there are some good choices in there.
Well, let's hit this first. Photorealism is a 1.
No, because the guns are somewhat realistic, so I would put it at a 2 or a 3.
So okay, I'll give it a 3 then.
Resolution, it goes all the way up there, baby. You can play it whatever you want, so I think that's a 10.
Yeah.
We were going to do a math here, but I think a math is...
Yeah, that makes it too complicated. That would be stupid if it was complicated.
Maybe we just do a sliding scale. So when we present it to people, we say like 640 by 480 is a 1, 4K is a 10, and we have a scale in between. And then in the back end, we convert it to a 1 out of 10. Aesthetics.
It's got good aesthetics. 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'd say a 7.
I like the aesthetics of it.
HUD UI, honestly, it needs some work. It's got some wonky stuff in it. So I'd say 4. Actually, I'd go down to a 3.
Cutscene, I assume, would be like cutscene, trailer, all that sort of stuff. That kind of quality. Right? Like any, like... It doesn't really have any, I don't think so, right?
So I think this is exclude for multiplayer only.
But no, like cutscene, I would do like the camera into the level, like into your player, like so maybe that. What I would include, like pre-rendered stuff.
And it's more like cinematics.
Cinematics, or not choreography.
Cinematography.
Cinematography.
Let's do cinematics because I think it's a better explanation of the transitions.
Yeah.
I don't think it has. The only cool thing is the end of the match when it goes. So I think it gets a 2 for that. A 2. Style.
It's got style.
It's got some style. It's not as unique or as pervasive as I would like, so maybe a 6.
Okay.
I'll give it that. Graphics. The textures
I would not
great,
say. I wouldn't say it has good graphics.
But
like if we're thinking like graphics,
Yeah.
Like E3 stage graphics.
But I think the fact that, like, the other day I was playing as a sniper and I landed like a 780 meter shot, and it's because I was able to see people on the other side of the map and take shots at them. And there's a lot of games where you can't do that because they would have done fog of war or level of detail, and just you can't see that shit. So I'm tempted to put it at like a 7.
I mean, yeah.
It runs great, frame rate wise, etc. It looks good. And the graphics are not getting in the way, and in some cases they are helping you. Image quality, though, this is like textures and stuff.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
4, yeah. Okay. Reception. Can we get some?
Oh yeah.
Should we do? Does open? I think we go to Metacritic instead of OpenCritic.
Yeah, of course we could have Metacritic. Battle bit. Okay, so there is no Metascore. So there's no critical reviews.
Let me see if I can find it on.
That is the wrong game.
Okay, so there's no critical. But what is...
It hasn't... On Metacritic, it has an 8.6 on the user.
Okay. Reception delta doesn't apply. So we'll just have to figure that out when we come back and calculate it. Release day. When did this come out? Steam.
Sorry. The negative review on here on Metacritic is this guy complaining because of the anti-cheat. It doesn't support wine. Like,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh, okay, sorry. What the fuck? Where'd it go? This came out June, I believe it was June 15th.
Should say on Steam page, right?
Yeah, June 15th, 2023.
What is...
Oh,
Thursday.
Right. Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday, June 15th, I got that. Gameplay. Guns. This is a 1 through 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking 10 out of 10? I want to bump it down just a little bit. I don't think it has...
Because they could always add more.
Yeah, I don't think it has enough variety. Like, I want grenade launchers and stuff. So I'm gonna go 8. Accessibility difficulty. It's pretty intense. You can hop in there, but it takes a bit. You're gonna get fucking steamrolled for a while.
I have casually... this is the thing I was going to mention when you were streaming yesterday. You can play this game like a Call of Duty match, and you can play this game like Hell Let Loose. So
yeah,
I have hopped in without a mic and just watched streams and played like a death match because there's so many people, you can just have fun playing it.
But
so
do you ever feel like you're getting steamrolled, as in you're just constantly dying?
Yeah, but I mean, that can happen, but I think the quick respawn on your people, you've got a gun, you're right back in the fight. Like, rarely do I ever have to wait to deploy.
Okay.
And the resuscitating, too.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards an 8 because I think there's some people, there's no balancing in the game, and some of the maps are a little unbalanced, so you can get into situations where you're just getting steamrolled, but you're right, you can totally hop in and play however you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Economics. There is a bit of a grind here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And the grind has been getting some complaints. The grind's a bit slow, so I'm going to put that at a 7. Mechanics,
I think it needs some work still. I think the bleeding, like David pointed out, is a little annoying.
Shooting feels great, though, so I'm tempted to put it in 8.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's put it 8.
Liability? I think this is a 10.
Destructibility is great.
You can
climb buildings. Uniqueness.
All right, I feel like there is a little bit of limitation though, in terms of you can't destroy terrain, and there are some buildings and structures you can't destroy, but then you have a grappling hook. But yeah, 10. I think 10. Loquacious.
With the vehicles and everything, 10. 100%.
Adversaries. So I think it's AI It's AI.
Enjoyable enemies, balanced multiplayer.
Yeah. Or balanced.
Like, how well is the multiplayer balance?
So let me do AI enemy experience. I mean, we can wordsmith that later.
I would give it like an 8.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the game could do a little bit more to make it a little bit more fair against the people that are like level 100. They know the sniper camper spots and they're taking you out. The yes factor. What is the yes factor? Because we have Loquacious here. How much you want to talk about it?
I think it just feels good. Like, you're in it, you're playing it, feels good. Like, I would give it a 9 or a 10.
Let's go with 9 because I think the bleeding mechanic. I think there are some rough edges there, minor.
Yeah.
The value. Okay, so this is $15. The how long to beat?
$14.99.
How do we do how long to beat for?
For a multiplayer game?
Is there an average playtime on Steam?
It might be on the Steam DB. All-time peak. Wow, the all-time peak for the game was 13 hours ago.
Yeah, it's what, like 72, 73, something like that.
Is there an average?
So let me. This is good. We found a flaw in our system. So let me just I'm going to put this in yellow for now. Need to figure out how to deal with multiplayer on this. Match-based multiplayer. I mean, there's no way to beat it. There's a prestige as well, so I think this is a gap in our system. We can come back to it.
Yeah.
Penalties.
Figure that out.
Useless physical version. This is a no. Unnecessary always online. No. It's a multiplayer. Gameplay multi-transactions. No. NFT or crypto. No. Cool. Sound score. How good is the music? There's no music. There should be music.
Yeah.
So it's a 1. Jeez. Orgasmic. How good are the musical hits / pairing between gameplay and music? 1. There's nothing there. User generated. How good are the SFX? So now that you turn, now that you turn the volume up, I think the only thing is some.
But
of the
I mean
guns...
specifically the user generated death sounds.
Yes. That's a good point. I think that offsets some of the guns sound a little bit too similar, but yeah. Nepotism. Somebody famous worked on it. Nope.
10.
Nobody famous. Nobody famous.
No, right. So 10. Famous is bad, isn't it? Like, if they're out there toting like Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack, it's just like
that should be a good thing though, right?
Yeah, but nepotism is a bad thing. Is what I was getting at. I'd rather have a banger soundtrack from someone who's not well known.
Then I think this category doesn't make sense then.
Okay.
Dynamics, range of the music, soft, intense, etc. Let me change this to music and sound effects. Like, can you tell things apart from each other?
Yeah.
Range of the music. Let me put it. Range and readability of all sounds. Score and SFX. And it's can you...
Euro SFC, by the way.
Okay. Can you hear and understand, etc.? That's a better way to describe it, right?
Yeah.
I
would say it's like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7 or 8. I think if the sound effects were a little bit better, it would be easier to be in a combat environment and tell, like, that's an enemy gun over there, etc., etc. Okay, multiplayer. Would this be a good game to play with family and friends. These are all 1 out of 10s, right?
Yeah.
Play with family and friends. Yeah, we played with friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genuinely? I think the only thing is that it's $15. That's it. And it's PC only. So 9 out of 10.
And language.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Umami. Does the multiplayer have depth? I think so.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 or 8.
Leveling. Does the multiplayer have a satisfying leveling curve? It's got a bit of a grind on it. They already like cut the grind in half once, and they kind of need to do it again. So I'm gonna put it at like a 6. Toxicity. How toxic is the multiplayer community?
Not very.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem so.
I would put it at 2. I have heard some things, but those people get banned.
I would say there's toxic people, but the community is not toxic.
Yeah, the community is fine.
There.
Yeah. So I'm putting it at 2 just because you can be exposed to that, as opposed to like if you're playing Journey, there's no room for toxicity. Infrastructure
9.
10.
It's 10.
It's 254 players. It's got 70,000 people playing it, and it's fine.
Player count 10.
I don't know if you caught the stream yesterday, but the first server I joined, I had a ping of like 230, and I was still playing fine. It was wild. This is a 10. Player count's a 10. Can you do local multiplayer? No, you can't. How welcoming is it to newcomers?
There's accessibility of 2 S's in it.
I think
it's pretty welcoming, like 5 or 6.
I was gonna go 7 or 8 because you can hop into a match pretty quickly. It's just some of the HUD UI stuff where you can get confused and you're like, I don't know where I'm going, etc.
But it's not like Arma.
No. So
like you don't need a tutorial for this game.
And the tutorial they do have though is a little wonky. It's just like text boxes.
Yeah.
So 7. Yes factor. How fun is the multiplayer?
Yeah.
Feeling like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I would do a 9.
Emerging
gameplay 9.
Yeah.
It's got those
Definitely
crafted like you are creating the story. Rage.
Honestly,
4.
I don't get that mad at this.
I don't get mad.
Okay. Design.
Dungeon boss fights, maybe multiplayer maps, multiplayer maps.
No, I think that's environments.
So like all the maps.
I think design. I think design is like how does a combat? It's like the rock paper scissors combat. How does that work?
So maybe dungeons, boss fights / multiplayer modes. How are those modes? Properly designed.
It's got some good ones. It's got some okay ones. So I would put this at. There's nothing super new here though, other than the size. I would say 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I finally got into a frontline match and then I had to stop playing. And I was like, no!
It's pretty fun, especially when you get in a map and you understand where to go and you understand the map a little bit better. You're getting stuck behind a Hesco box with 5 other people and you're constantly reviving each other because it's just chaos and you're like, I love this. Okay. Environments. Levels are pretty good. I like the levels.
Yeah.
There's some good ones. Setting. It's pretty fucking generic for setting.
Yeah. Like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah. I'll do a 3 just because it's not like a boring setting. It's just generic. Normalcy is a fucking 1. Right.
Yeah,
Well, but
it's very normal.
It does have a unique look to it. Roblox look. So maybe a 3.
Yeah, it's not unique.
2.
2.
Because a 1 would be a Battlefield realistic clone. We're giving it a point because it at least has a low poly.
Interest, I would do like a 3 or 4. Like there's not much stuff in rooms. There's nothing to look at. You're just. I mean, the streets are filled pretty well. Yeah, so I give it a 1 or 2. Honestly.
Let's go with the 2 because some of the cars look cool. The grind.
Grind.
Shit, is that the same as leveling? Oh no, this is multiplayer leveling.
Yeah, this is grind like in the levels, like to get to the next point in a level. I feel like almost.
No, I was thinking this is grind like from the start of the game to the end of the game. How much boring content is there? Oh, that's what it should be. How much boring content is there?
Like digging?
Yeah. Boring content? Honestly, sometimes you can end up in the wrong part of the map and you're just fucking booking it. Or you're just dying over and over again. So I'm tempted to put this at like a 5.
I would do 5. I was thinking 5.
Okay. This is the peer review section. But we don't have any here, do we?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reviews out.
Alright, so we'll just null that. Positives. Podcast factor.
I would say yes.
Do we weight this? So 1 to 10? Or is it a yes, no, maybe? Because like podcast factor, I want to put as a maybe because when I'm listening to a podcast while playing this game, it's hard to keep track of voice chat.
True. I just turn voice chat off when I do that.
But then you're missing out on the game. So that's why I want to do like a yes, no, maybe, and this would be a maybe. Like you can, but you're going to miss out on all the voice chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do this. This is yes, no, maybe. And this is a maybe. Factorial like? No.
No.
Lego like?
I mean,
maybe. It's got a Lego look to it. Dwarf Fortress like? No. Kyle like?
Would Kyle like this game? Yes. I think he would.
Yes. Multi-platform? No. Can you pet the dog? No.
No, you can shoot it though.
Frame rate? Oh no, this is 60 FPS. Yes.
Yes.
Auto save.
NA. Not applicable.
Yeah, we can just NA it. I mean,
Roblox.
a million.
Yes.
A million. Okay, all right. Let's go through and okay. I'm going to zoom out real quick so we can take a look at this.
Oh God.
How do we want to weight this? Do we want to say each of these categories is equal to the other categories? Because I think
that's a good way to start.
Yeah, let's start with that. Okay. And then certain things like positives and negatives are just overall. They're not necessarily weighted the same as the others. They just add or take away.
Okay. I'm going to let you lay this out. I'm just going to run to the bathroom quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be like 45 minutes to an hour. So.
Yeah, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13, 14. So we have 12 categories. Okay. All right. I'm just going to start taking some notes up here. So we have one above, one above. Okay, so we have 12 categories plus the positives, negatives. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the categories here. So we have pedigree, story, graphics, reception, and then we're going to do, oh, it's not actually, because this is release. So it's release, play, value, and then we have sound, we have multiplayer, we have design, we have the peer review. I think peer review goes into reception. So let me do that real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new one here called main category subcategory. So this is main category. This is called subcategory. I know this is probably real hard for you guys to see. Let me blow it up again. I don't think that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I can do that. And then I could do, okay, there we go. So I've got this category over here called main category. And then there's a subcategory. And the reason why I want to do that is we could have, this is reception. Goes here, and then there's this peer review. It's 5. I need to add one. Okay, so this is peer review, and this is general review. This is peer review. Okay, so that's reception. This is graphics. This is story. This is pedigree. I think there was another one. There's gameplay. I think release month should go into value. So this becomes value, and this becomes cost. And it gets merged into here. This becomes here, down here, and we delete that.
Daddy's back.
All right, so I'm just in the process of collapsing some things. So for example, I think release day, release month, and cost all go together as value in a way, because I don't want to weight this that much on its own.
True.
Okay.
You could call it launch instead of value.
Or release.
Release, yeah, that's smart.
Okay. We got gameplay. I'm gonna call this section wild cards, and it's positives and negatives. And this is, it's all of these.
Smart.
Okay.
And we can add more of those eventually, probably.
Okay. And then we have sound, multiplayer, because I have a main category and a subcategory now.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So I think what that leaves are the categories are pedigree, story, graphics. Maybe this should all go under release. Release includes review, peer review, cost, release day, release month.
Yeah, that's smart.
So this is release. So this becomes release. Gameplay goes up here. Sound goes here. And then it's multiplayer. It's design. And then it's wild cards.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So let's do this real quick. So this pedigree, this is going to be equal the sum of these divided by n. Oh. And then we multiply it. Oh no, it's not divide by 10. It's times 10.
No, because it would be.
I think it's an average, isn't it? Yeah, we want to take. These are all negative 10 to 110. So we want to take the average of that. We want to get it to 100 score, right? Out of 100.
Yeah.
So I think it's the average. So what's the average of all of these? Multiply it by 10. It's average. 40.
Okay.
All right, cool. And then story is going to be stories excluded. NA. Graphics equals average of these times 10. D2.5.
Oof. Seems terrible. We still have to figure out the cost thing.
Okay, let's come back to
So maybe for multiplayer games, it's the average playtime on.
Do we? I thought you couldn't find average playtime.
Well, but I wonder if just in those situations, the reviewer just does their multiplayer playtime.
Yeah, but can we easily find that though? That's the thing. It's on Battle.it.
No, I'm saying, but when the reviewer is filling that out, they just put the amount of time they spent in the game.
Oh, in multiplayer.
In multiplayer. Honestly, they should just put how much time they spent in the game and not even do the how long to beat one.
Yeah, how long to beat is if we don't know. If we're coming.
If we don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So just do playtime. Yeah.
How long to beat / playtime.
Yeah.
And
so what's
I'll look at it.
Do you know your playtime?
It's got to be above 13.8. So I'll put 14 hours.
Yeah, mine's only 3 hours. So.
But so here's the thing. I'm still playing this game. I feel like I should put when I think I will burn out of this game. Like, what do I think my ultimate total playtime is going to be? And honestly, I kind of want to put it at like 20.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a weird one because we're reviewing the game, but we're not done with the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 20. So, okay, so how does this math... So this is an 8.6. The peer review, we don't have any. This is... What are we doing? Hours of gameplay per dollar. So it's 20 divided by 15. Equals 20 divided by 15. So 1.3 hours per gameplay. So that's a 133. Oh, no. Let's just say 1.33. Release day gets us a point. So that's a 5 out of 7. And it's a 5 out of 7 times 100. And this is a 6 out of 12 out of 100, which is 50. This is so fucking stupid. Okay, so I think we can get down to this because it needs to be an average. Every one of these needs to be out of 100, because then we can average it down. So this will end up being out of 100. So this is an 86, because we don't have a critical love, we don't have reception, we don't have a reception diff because there's not enough reviews. So it's just an 86 right now. Peer review, this would, each of these becomes out of 100 and we average it. How do we average? Do we say a 1-to-1 ratio is a 75?
Yeah. 1-to-1 ratio is a 75.
But we need to know how to scale it up and down beyond that, if that makes sense.
So I would say, no, I say 1-to-1 ratio is 100. No, because that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
I think as long as you play...
That's a good point. Yeah, because if you pay $60
so I think it's just
for a game,
automatically 100.
Okay, yeah, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio equals 100. But then, for example, I need to know what a 50 is. So then I can... Because I don't have a 1-to-1 ratio, so does it go up or down? So what's a 50? Is that a 2-to-1? No, that's a 1-to-2.
1-to-2 ratio, right?
So it's 1 hour to $1. Or 1 hour to $2. equals 50, a 1-to-1. Okay. So that means, how do I calculate that though? If I have a 1.33, it's 0.33 of 50, which is what? 50. 16.5. So I'm at a 116.5.
For what?
What's 1 divided by 1.33? So, because this game has a ratio of 1.33.
No,
So
this game's just 100.
No, it's not 100. It's more than 100.
Right, but 100 is the top. You can't go past
we're
100.
maxing. Okay, gotcha.
You're maxing at 100.
This is the max ratio. Okay, anything above that is lost. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that down here. I'm gonna go 100. All right. Let me collapse this.
Yeah, and beneath that it's just division.
Yep. Okay. So this category is an 86. This category is null. Category is 100. Category is a 71, and this category is a 50. And that's the full of that category. So now for release, I just need to do an average of everything in here. Here we go, 76.
Should we round it?
We'll round it at some point. I think at the end we can round it.
Actually, no, I don't think we should round it ever.
Well, it won't even round. It's just gonna, I could just hide it, basically.
Yeah.
Gameplay. So this is going to be same thing, right? It's an average of these times 10. 85.
Nice.
Sounds right.
Nice.
This is fucking working.
I hate this.
Average of this times 10.
The nepotism thing. Should we change? What did you think about changing nepotism to natural? Like, how natural is the sound? Does that work, or is that something we already got?
I don't think it makes sense, because, like, natural to me means, like, does it feel right? Or, like, does it blend in? But there's, like, Katamari does not blend in, you know, but I don't want it to.
No, but Katamari, like, the music makes sense for the game. Like, it's not just, like, playing hip hop and you're shooting people with guns. Like,
but let me ask you this question. Well, no, that's kind of the orgasmic in a way.
Yeah. So I don't think.
Wait. I think the end category should be, how likely are you to listen to this outside of the game on its own? Does it stand on its own?
Yeah, but what starts with N?
Non-gaming listening.
No, that's stupid.
It is stupid, but normal listening.
Yeah, I was gonna say like nominal or like
Let's just do normal listening now. Doesn't have to be final, but we know what it means.
And
this
that'll
is
be
a 0. That'd be a 0.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Sorry, Battle.
Should we? Yeah, let's leave it a 1 to 10.
Wait, change that 1 to a 5 for a second.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
I just
formula.
like seeing it work.
I'm gonna say something. I don't agree with it, but maybe this should be a 0 to 10 because this should technically be a 0. It's not a bad score. It doesn't have a score.
So if you leave it blank, what does that do?
Well, if I leave it blank, it doesn't count into it. But if I change it to a 0, it drops it. That's just what I'm saying.
No, I think there's no point in having zeros.
Yeah, I think you're right. 0 means no score in a way when it should have a score. The score is 1.
Yeah.
Okay, multiplayer. This is an average, and it's these, and that's a times 10. Okay.
Nice.
Oh no! Wait. This is a reverse.
Oh, you're right. That should be an 8.
Yeah. So let me just note this here. This is a reverse score. And this is a reverse score.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an 8, you said? Or is that a 9? Because it's 10, 9, 1, 2.
Oh, yeah, it should be a 9 then.
9. I'll make it work better in the final version of the spreadsheet where you can put in a 2 and it'll flip it automatically. I don't want to do that formula work right now. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 9, 8, 7. I think everything else is right.
Yeah.
The 76. He's right. We got a lot of 7s and 8s in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a 1.
Yeah. Average of these. Multiply by 10. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other reverse ones.
This is a reverse, but we just happen to have it reversed right.
Yeah.
Score. Okay. More normal equals less points. Setting. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. How do we want to do these wildcards? I think each of them is a +1 or a -1 to the final score.
Or a 0. Oh, to the final score.
Yes. So maybes are zeros. Yes is a +1. No is a -1 for the penalties at least.
I like that.
Okay, so let me do this then. So let me do. I'm gonna break it up just so I can calculate it easier here. So this is a count if here a yes, and then we do a minus count if no.
Well, they shouldn't. These are positives, so it should only count yes, and then the negative penalty should only count no.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm getting too fancy here.
So
we got
only
3.
add it if it's a yes.
We have 3.
And then penalties, if no, count. Yeah.
Count if no. This is a count if yes as well.
Oh, correct. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So that means.
Oh, no. Yeah. Sorry. You're right.
Final score. This is going to be an average of this plus this plus these plus
positives and negatives. Or it should be plus positives minus negatives.
Yeah. I'll fix that in the final formula.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply here because we don't have any negatives, but yeah. 62.
Wow. BattleBit, get your shit together.
No, but that's...
Make a better game.
Honestly, the more I think about it, yeah, it is. It's on a very fair 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah.
It's a 6 out of 10. Not on
like you up that up.
Yeah.
You up that up to out of a 10, and that's like an 8 out of 10 on a normal scale.
On today's scale, yeah.
And
but
that
on a fair accurate. On a fair, perfectly made, accurate scale, BattleBit is a 62.
We have to... Ian, I'm sorry, but we have to apply this formula to our official Subpixel ranking list that we made a couple years ago to find the true score.
This was a joke stream, and somehow we came up with a very good system.
We're gonna use this for the rest of our lives. And this is something that we should allow like annulments to and change it like
V1,
V2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to turn this into a true formula so we can quickly come in, plug things in, and get stuff out of it. And number two, I'm going to turn it into a Google survey form so that if anybody wants to rank their game, such as local chat guest or whatever, we just send them the form, they fill out the details based on the questions, and then that will dump it into the spreadsheet and give it a final score.
Yeah, and I know you already know this, but obfuscate the ranking as much as possible. Like, use completely different words.
Yes, I was just
much as you can.
I was just gonna I know we said this is a description, but I'm gonna turn each of these into just a generic question. Does the multiplayer have depth? And that's it.
That's perfect.
You know what? I know nobody watched this. Very successful stream though. This felt
very
great.
successful stream.
Thank you guys so much for watching. No promises, but we may have this available for local chat this Thursday. I'd have to do some work between now and then, but I think this is the new local chat portion. Is, if I may pitch it again, the guest or one of the three people on, they have to fill out the form based on a game they're providing. We reveal the score, and then we go into the details with them on where they lost points and where they made up points. And like you said, we just start keeping a tally and we build a new list of the greatest games of all time based on this. Thank you, Will, so much for joining us. You can find me on Twitter at ThinkGibson. You can find Will on Twitter at Hunt270. You can find us on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Kick, and Facebook at Subpixel Team. We'll be back on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern for Lord of the Rings cards.
No.
What is it?
Pikmin. 27th is Pikmin.
Pikmin.
Yeah, the gift bundle pre-orders don't come until July 11th or 10th. And then the other cards I ordered, Amazon was like, we'll update you when we get a delivery date. So,
yeah. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for helping us craft this review system together. Fuck, I'm so excited about this. This turned out way better than I thought it would. If you guys have any ideas, keep them in your noggin. Shoot them at us on Twitch, Twitter, whatever, Discord, join the community Discord, and we'll add it to the list. This is an open system. Anybody can propose things. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.